All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the High School Star League of Legends Winter Championship. And we're back into the semifinals match between Irvington High School and Jackson High School. They're going to be switching sides for this game in this best of 3 series. And so far from the last game, we saw some pretty even teams, but using just the team composition, Irvington High School was able to find the victory pretty late into the game. So we'll be seeing how these guys can go through it in this game, game 2 of the best of 3 semifinals. Of course, winner of the series goes on to the grand finals of the High School Star League Winter Championship. So into the picks and ban phase. Looks like Elise and Ribbon banned out. They did not like Cryuli's Ribbon, apparently, from the side of Irvington High School. Did have a little bit of difficulty with that in the early and mid game. Ryulu was really able to utilize that champion. Well, of course, the Yasuo ban. Oh, man. Right after Asian SG Potato coming out very well into Yasuo. Was very scary. Anyways, my name is CrusaderKitten. I'm actually here with Rabbit, who will be my co-caster for this game.
I will. Well, it is my entire hope that I will be here for you with this game. If I'm not, then something's going to go wrong. Like that happens. But hey, CrusaderKitten, what's up? Good to be joining you for game 2. There are 287 people watching School Star League of Legends event. That's pretty cool. Here, some fabulous high school talent. I sucked at League of Legends when I was in high school because League of Legends wasn't out when I was in high school. So
well, that also means you were great at it. No, wait. No, that means you were undefeated in the League of Legends.
That's true. That's true. Also, the biggest thing for me, like when I come into this, like I come from casting like a lot of professional, a lot of challenger level League of Legends, and then I watch these high school Star League matches, and I'm like, dude, I had no idea that guy was in high school. Like Shorter Ace is a god at League of Legends, and I had no. Yahoo.com as well. There's a lot of really cool players who are also just really good, who just happen to be in high school. So it's nice to get a chance to cast those guys.
Yep. Anyways, we do have the last few bans and the first few picks coming out. So we do have Caston and Lee Sin banned out. Of course, after Shorter Ace hits the top of Reddit with his Diamond 1 Lee Sin mechanics, I think that might be a bit of a permanent ban against him for the rest of the High School Star League season. So do see Lee Sin banned out. Shorter Ace is a very great Lee Sin player. Anyways, first pick up for Irvington High School was the Annie, most likely going to the support role. Of course, very strong champion. We also do have the Shyvana and Sivir locked in from the side of Jackson High School.
All right, so the Shyvana Sivir is it's a really hard to engage composition. So what you want to do is you say, hey, we want to pick a fight now, and then you throw down on the hunt. And there's some really cool plays in the NLB League. That's like the challenger scene for OGN last night, where all of a sudden you'll see a team that has Sivir get a little bit caught out, and then as soon, like the second the enemy team tries to disengage, they'll just throw down on the hunt and then just kill them all by chasing them down. And that's something that Sivir and Shyvana do very, very well.
Yeah, so definitely, we'll probably be seeing like a talisman or something coming out of the support just to add on to the massive speed burst that comes out of those guys, or that comes out of Sivir. And of course, really helps heavy engage, as you're saying. Looks like Olaf and Nas is locked in, so some big tanky guys going to be coming in. And actually, a Volibear just got locked in by Jackson High School immediately, as well as an Oriana. So they get through these next 2 picks very quickly. Olaf, Nasus from Irvington High School, Jackson High School getting Oriana and Volibear.
Okay, now something's really weird. If you're a team going up against a Sivir, what you want is actually just straight up damage, because damage can't be spell shield, and Sivir actually kind of suffers in the early game due to the recent changes to the ratios on her boomerang blade and a couple of her other skills. So when you pick a Nasus versus a Sivir, like Sivir has a spell shield. That means you try to do something to her and it doesn't work. And when all you do is one thing, like Wither, like Anti-Stun, it's not going to be effective unless, you get it off before the spell shield, and that's just all about reaction time. So interesting to see the Volibear pickup. I haven't actually watched KT Clucky play, or Ducky play, but I don't know. It's a unique pick. Probably will be in the jungle.
Yeah, I would guess that as well. I would guess that in the jungle as well. But he does benefit, of course, in the speed buff. And there's quite a bit of speed buffs coming out of the side of Jackson High School. They have Oriana. She has, Command Dissonance with the speed buff. And
wow, yeah, that's actually a really good point. Yeah, every single person on that team has some means of speeding themselves up. So this is kind of like the...
Unless she has the dash, I guess.
No, she's also going to be picking up the Talisman of
Yeah.
Ascension.
Oh yeah.
So there is that. I would have liked to see a Karma support because Karma not only has the
Oh.
Talisman, but also the mantra to inspire for AoE move speed and shield buff. So that
That'd
is
be a
actually
pretty
really
serious
cool.
team. Then they would have
This is
got
a
Galio, and then he has his E that gives in a line, and they all run single file. Oh man, this is
I don't know,
great.
running
It's great
single
stuff.
file, not the greatest. Yeah, but this is a really interesting version of the slingshot composition. It's where you just say, hey, we're going to move, and then you move really, really fast. So the other thing that it also has is a lot of, not necessarily tons of hard CC, but when you pick Leona, you're going for engagement. Same thing with Shyvana, and with Orianna able to put the ball on top of Shyvana, that's going to be a great engage feature.
Yeah, so it looks like they do have Gragas and Vayne to be the last pick coming out here for Irvington High School. As we got into the 3-minute spectator delay, Rapid, just what do you think of these teams overall?
Yeah, well, I like the Gragas pick. Gragas is going to be really good at stopping this hard engage. And Annie, while she does have an AoE stun for engage, she also has it for counter. Couple of things are about to happen. Like when it comes down to the team, when it comes to the laning phase, I'm actually gonna give that one over to the blue team. I think that they should actually have a little bit of an advantage, especially with a lane Volibear going up against the Nasus. Probably won't be able to punish Nasus all that much early on, which is when Nasus is weakest. So I like their late game potential too. Like they have a monstrous late game team. The only problem is that they're gonna hit this 23-minute mark team fight that is so rough to deal with for a lot of teams that play late, that play early, because it's the big power spike for the mid game. And that is somewhere that this huge move speed team composition is really going to shine.
Yep, well, with that, we are into the 3-minute spectator delay. So, guys, we'll be right back with you with this match. However, first, a shout out to our sponsors helping to prize this event, as well as, among other things. So, we do have, hold on. Okay, it's Twitch, Gunner, Jinx, and Battlefight. So, guys can go ahead and check them out, of course. Also, check the pricing for this event and whatnot, and more information about the High School Star League Winter Championship. I just linked it down below. Also, our website, lol.hsle.com. And guys, we'll be right back to you with the semifinals between Irvington High School and Jackson High School, second game of this best of 3 series. We'll be right back. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the High School Star League of Legends Winter Championship Semifinals. And we're here into the second game of the best of three match between Irvington High School and Jackson High School. Irvington in the lead. My name is CrusaderKitten here with the Rapid. We will be bringing you this match Rapid. What are you looking at so far, just in terms of the start for both of these teams?
Well, I'm looking at two of the better high school teams. I think, like you said, semifinals, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep.
All right, so we're getting right down to it towards the end of the season. So it's always nice to see, the best teams emerge, and so should have some really good games here tonight. We're going to see a phase check, though, as Monkey DX walks right in there. Not sure that's the direction you want to go.
Ooh, Zeta play doesn't land, but the rest of the team wants to pile on into here. Monkey DX is taken down pretty low, but they can't catch up to follow up here, looks like. And after a very, very close encounter, both of the teams come out unscathed in terms of kills. However, we do have the ghost down for Monkey DX after that.
So if you had to pick one summoner to use in that situation, it's actually going to be that ghost that's least impactful on the rest of the game, because he's in the jungle. He would use the ghost for ganks, so maybe his ganks are less effective, but it's not actively going to hurt any one of these lanes. And while in Season 4, because you have reduced gold and reduced death timers, getting a kill at level 1, I mean, it's good, but it's not all that great. The big thing you're looking to do is blow summoner spells, which I'm not sure why people do anymore, because that just kills your laning phase. So laning phase should be okay, but with that ghost down, Monkey DX's ganks may be a little bit less beneficial. Nice trinket ward over the wall there by Luck. He's going to get a little bit of an advanced vision and actually stop the red invade completely.
Yeah, it looks like they will just go ahead and back out. Last game we did see the team switching their blue buffs up, but looks like they'll just go for their own buffs this game. And actually we're seeing probably not the best leashes that these junglers would have hoped for. Neither of them getting leashes from their teammates here. So going to be a little bit unfortunate in terms of their jungle, but just having the 5 health push, they can probably just regen it pretty easily as we get into the lane.
I mean, leashes are actually something that's becoming a little bit more antiquated just because of the junglers that are jungling. Olaf, when he gets low health, he actually gets faster attack speed, so it helps him jungle a little bit more whenever he doesn't get a leash. So, I mean, it's an interesting way to look at it, and sure, you obviously want more health most of the time, but you're not going to get invaded because you have that ward as your red buff, so going low health in the jungle actually isn't a bad thing. Could help him clear that a little bit faster, but I mean, as you can see, he's used 3 health potions already. That's a little bit rough to deal with.
And definitely so. Pretty passive start out. Last game we saw some pretty aggressive starts from these guys. Of course, they have a little bit different champions coming out this time. The last time we saw like an early game Riven attempt, and actually he's in the play coming out. However, not having level 2 just yet for the bottom lane of Jackson High School. Not quite able to go for anything too big on that bottom lane. So looking over at early game CS, you guys seeing a pretty sizable advantage right now for Arcus compared to a DT Blowfish here. And it's just about 10 ahead, and that's actually going to be very nice for him to start off. Arcus actually had the advantage last game in this bottom lane. And the fact that he's on a Vayne, which is already a very scary late game champion, which is getting some nice farm in the early game, means some good things, I think, for Irvington High School coming into the middle and late game.
Every time you say that, I keep thinking you're saying Rivington High School. I'm like, wow, these guys are really good at shoutcasting in high school. I was really bad at it, so it's nice to see some talent here. But
lane. The engage is coming off here. Dolgan coming out of these two junglers here. Ryulu taking some damage, flashing over, but the first blood goes to the Ryulu and the double buffs. No flashing after a lot, and Shorter Ace gets the kill. And that's 2-0 in favor of Jackson High School to start out this game.
And you could actually attribute that to having Ghost down on Monkey DX, who wasn't quite able to get into the best positioning, but I think it actually just came off cooldown before that fight started, so he might not have noticed that and just didn't pop that. But either way, that is Shyvana early game. Double buff Shyvana at it, but like before the 5-6 minute mark, you're not gonna have any items to deal with that, and now there's a ward in the river, so they're gonna see Shyvana coming in, but already they engaged. Suckfish.
Yeah, Suckfish won't have the engage now, though, to possibly go for anything here, so going a little bit preemptively there ends up with him not being able to use the gap closer to possibly catch out somebody when Shorter Ace came into the lane there, so unable to find anything there, and looks like Shorter Ace will just go ahead and go back, but he's probably happy with himself. after just the early game gank coming off, he goes straight for that Kindle Gem.
Yeah, no questions asked. Kindle Gem early is a big power move because it helps Shyvana clear the jungle ridiculously quickly. I mean, you could also go for some extra sustain, but actually, if I'm correct, then you check Shorter Ace's runes. Actually, no, not going for any lifesteal. A lot of Shyvana's, especially if you go the 21 offense build that St. Vicious likes to do, will go for that lifesteal. But landing a lot of stuns down in the bottom lane. Suckfish, it's a little bit of the worst of that trade.
Yeah, Shorter is trying to come in once again, but a little bit too far behind for this one here. So, bottom lane of Jackson High School getting pretty low after all these trades coming down, and definitely not going in their favor so far. As is he's soloing Dragon. Monkey DX is going for this Dragon. Not quite soloing it. He'll have some help, but he started it off by himself here. But they'll be interesting.
Oh, command shockwave just out of nowhere. Flash stun there onto Riolu. Will we see Monkey DX go down here? All it takes is a little bit of extra damage.
Oh, he's so low, but Riolu going down here. He gets a little bit of shield. Shorter Ace coming in, going in for Arcus. Luck gets a kill to Riolu. And Shorter Ace gets a kill into Arcus. Meanwhile, up top lane, the bear picks up the kill onto the dog. Ducky finds the kill up top lane versus Asian SG Potato. And 4-1 so far in favor of Jackson High School.
Yeah, it looks like KT Ducky will live. Asian SG Potato will die, and that is the cycle of life, as Nasus knows all about that one. Level 5 death is really, really rough because you'll notice that what happened there, if you go back and watch the fight, is that Ducky hit level 6 and is actually now level 7 off of that kill experience and then a whole wave. He hit level 6. Nasus didn't have level 6 because he got zoned off a little bit early, and that was the big power spike that you were looking for. He comes back in the lane with a teleport, so he doesn't miss the CS, and then just hits level 6 right away, and it's like, man, I wish that had happened a few seconds earlier.
Yeah, so 4-1 in favor of Jackson. And they've definitely started off these games well. Although coming out into the late game last game didn't go too well. Just going up against like a really nice team, Sanji Wampo coming that came out of Irvington High School. So we'll have to see how this one comes into late game, of course, because games on this patch tend to go a lot later than what we've seen before. And it was like a 40-minute game last game, so... Starting off well for Jackson High School, though. They're getting some nice kills onto Shorter Race. They could go look for a lot more objective control. Last game, we saw like 16-minute, 20-minute towers, really late towers, and really late dragons coming in. But with how we saw the early dragon attempt from Irvington High School, and with how Jackson High School is actually getting a nice boost in their kills so far, we might be seeing those early objectives coming out a bit earlier in this game.
Alright, so for Irvington, they're actually, I mean, they have the late game in the bag. Like, if this game gets to 30, 35 minutes, they're going to look really, really strong. The only problem is that they're going to go up against a huge double tank lineup. And it's not just double tanked, it's double tanks with Orianna as support for extra damage and crowd control. So, I don't know, man. This is going to be a rough mid-game, especially with Nasus losing early on. If Nasus gets ahead in that matchup, he's just able to farm ridiculously well and just be a really, really big menace. The only problem is that dying so early on probably won't have that benefit. And with Monkey DX a little bit behind in the jungle, I'm not sure if he's going to be able to keep this fight going.
Middle lane looking for something here. Shockwave isn't able to get onto Shorter Race or any of the enemy team there, so Riolu, unfortunately, not able to help out that engage. His bottom lane stun goes down to Arcus. He's at level 6 though, so they may not want to engage just yet. They will just back off and settle for the trade. Middle lane attempting gank was pretty unfortunate. Dragon's Descent as well as the Shockwave blown there, and they were unable to latch on to Lots X, or who is a Monkey DX there to go for a kill, so not going to find too much of that for Jackson High School.
Top lane, there's a little bit of trading going on. There's the ultimate thrown out by KT Ducky. He's looking for a fight, but can't quite get flipped off there onto Asian SG Potato. Both summoners down. Actually, one with a flash on Nasus. That's a little bit interesting, but it's still going to work with his distortion boots. They probably will be picking up that upgrade a little bit later on. It's got to pick up at least something first, and now, KT Ducky looking for a dive mid.
Yeah, looks like he's attempting it, but so far, after the first few minutes of the game, ganks in the middle lane haven't been too eventful there, so not going to quite see too much after that one. So far in this game, though, it's looking good for Jackson High School, and as you're saying, late game for Irvington could be pretty scary. What does Jackson High School need to do just to keep the advantage up?
Okay, so the big thing to watch out for, at least for Jackson, is the Shyvana in the jungle. Short race, kind of their star player, needs to keep that pressure on. That's exactly what he's doing. As soon
Yeah,
as
just going for lots X here. Ryolu goes down on the Monkey DX. Short race picks up the kill for himself. He's now on a killing spree chasing after Monkey DX. I don't think he can go under the tower for this kill. And they'll just go ahead and back off. And the kill trade coming out. What were you saying, Rapid?
I was just saying that's the early pressure from Shyvana is going to be really, really essential, and you can see that right there for the counter gank. Sure, it wasn't 1-for-1, but it's dominance in the jungle. So he's got map control right now. Don't have to worry about the jungler. Bottom lane is probably where you're going to see a lot more of the action, but with it heating up mid, I don't know. The mid lane Orianna, you're not really going to be able to shut that down. If you do pick up kills, that's cool and everything, but she's always still going to be effective in team fights. So I'd actually like to see a little bit more focus on maybe the bottom lane, because you have to get Vayne ahead, and you have to keep Sivir from being able to just kite your tank line all day.
Yeah, so looks like lots of people starting to go back here, and Sivir actually has picked up the BF sword. A little bit behind in terms of CS. Arcus, though, going to be going, of course, for the build try to kill us, as well as the Berserker Greaves. So no boots just yet for DT Blowfish. He won't be having, you know, a lot of attacks be coming off. He doesn't have quite as much mobility. He has a level 6 though, so he does have the ultimate. However, it looks like Dragon, early Dragon this game actually, compared to the last game that we saw. And it will be Jackson High School picking up the first Dragon of the game. So they will be able to pick it up, and that'll be a nice goal lead for them. Hello, Rapid?
There we go. That's a little bit better.
Okay.
I was talking about the 23-minute team fight. That's I don't know. It looks like to me, Jackson High School may have a big power spike at, but they're getting the power spike early, and that means that up until that point in the game, this is going to be really, really rough for Irvington to deal with. Now, Irvington actually do have the ability to sit safe in their lanes. The counter dive there from Luck and some nice ward clear as well will kind of keep the bottom lane able to farm underneath the turret. Mid lane kind of needs to stop dying. That's going to be a big issue. So maybe expect to see a little bit more protection from Monkey DX, because you can see Shorter Ace is always around that mid lane area, now going top.
Yep, he's definitely looking for getting up on that top lane. The CS lead is in favor right now of Asian SG Potato. Looking over at the stacks, he's actually hit 21 stacks? And he has current siphon bonus there.
It's 219. The icon is a little bit off, so you have to hover over it. It's 219 stacks on Nasus, which is monstrous. You're supposed to have that by like the 15, 16 minute mark, and he's got it way early, so really, really strong there. You can see Volibear coming in here. It's going to be the fight with Dragon Form going in.
Yeah, but it looks like two fights coming around here. Ryulu trying to get out of the side. KT Ducky going in as well. Shockwave comes out, finds the kill into Monkey DX to Asian SG Potato. Trying to go for the backline. Is forced to flash with the while KT Ducky is following it up though. And is looking for this kill. Should be able to get in the next auto attack. Meanwhile, Shorter Race, is unable to get the dive as the explosive cast comes out and knocks him away. And it actually looks like Asian SG Potato is able to escape as well. However, it's a 1-for-none trade in favor of Jackson High School.
Yeah, actually there was a little bit of an extra dive there as Asian SG Potato barely made it under turret. That Wither stopping the mobility of KT Ducky, really, really huge. And then you can see Teleport right back to lane. Teleport alone is what's keeping Nasus in this game right now. He's able to get back to lane and farm. Even after he died level 1, he's still able to get up there, get that CS. So you can see him stacking up a ton of CDR and armor. That's going to be something KT Ducky may not be able to deal with here in a little bit. As you can see, he's just getting so many siphoning strike stacks that those make trading really, really easy.
Wait, so you get like 3 bonus damage, right? From this, actually, on bottom lane, we're seeing the trade coming off. Arceus getting taken solo, bursted down. Barrier comes out though, could possibly save it. But Blowfish gets onto the tower, picks up the kill.
He spell shields the anti-stun.
Yeah, he did, but no, I can't do it for this one. Tibbers comes down. Luck, getting low. Blowfish goes, gets the double kill, but Monkey DX comes in, shuts him down. Now possibly looking for another, is unable to find one, but Shorter Race wants some revenge. He's coming in, and he'll be farming minions.
Well, I mean, Shooter is just saved Suckage's life. Like,
top lane, we're actually seeing trading coming up between these two guys.
Ducky's gonna lose this.
Oh yeah, he is actually getting pretty low. The passive already popped for himself here, but he's still going in. He might be able to get it actually. Wow, he gets the kill.
Nasus could have won that. He just ran away. He had so much CDR on him. I'm not sure if he had that blue buff. Let me check. No, he did not.
Scary, man.
I mean, I guess so. He would have been able to get off at least a couple siphoning strike auto attacks, and that could have turned that matchup around. The only problem is, we check out Volibear. Did he have his passive? Oh, he had his passive up. That's what Nasus was afraid of. So with Chosen of the Storm, you're going to get him down very low, and then he's just going to regen all that back. So probably wouldn't have been able to take that one down, but unfortunately, that's going to be another kill there for the Bear. And going back to base, has a Sunfire Cape, now looking for a Spectre's Cowl. That guy's going to be unkillable.
Yeah, and looks like Lotsax going under the tower here, chased by Shorter Ace, picks up the kill. Shorter Ace has just been diving all over the map, 4-0-2 right now. Monkey DX decides not to chase that dragon there, and yeah, goes ahead and backs off. Ryulu, though, in the middle lane, wants to throw down some poke on. He actually flashes under the tires, going for the kill, and that's been dropped down. Monkey DX finds the kill onto him with the damage. But it's a kill traded right there, 1-for-1 in the middle lane. And actually, we're going to be seeing Shorter Ace as well as KT Ducky push middle. And pick up the first tower of the game right there. Second tower of the game right there.
Yeah, that was a good 1-for-1, because when you trade like that, as long as you have something else happening on the map that's good, that means that it limits your opponent's ability to counteract that. If Olaf had stayed alive, he would have been able to throw out some axes, maybe get a little bit of an extra wave clear, and Riolu knew that, hey, I can die here, the rest of my team, it's going to follow up with another tower. And so that's top turret, mid turret there, both of them being taken out by, I believe it was Jackson High School, yeah. So that's third turret going down to the bottom lane is KT Ducky. It's like, what are you guys doing down here? He's roaming around the map. Knows he doesn't have to worry about his own turret, probably going to lose it, but losing your turret is actually, you know, it seems strange to say it's a good thing, but when you lose your turret, that frees you up to roam. And so having taken his opponent's turret very early on meant that, hey, worst you can do is bring that even, and I can take another turret on the map. So still the advantage in favor of Jackson High.
Yep, so Ryulu will go ahead and try to cover this top lane. Probably a little bit scared of this Nasus, of course, who is pretty much just been free farming. 139 CS, the most in the game so far. Right behind him is Arcus. There's AD carry, just 1 CS. Oh, nope, now they're absolutely equal. However, who cares about the CS when you get dragons here? Second dragon of the game being attempted right now. There's a ward over the wall. Unable to catch it there with the undertow from Monkey DX. So that'll be Jackson High School able to pick up the second dragon of the game for themselves, sitting with 3 towers and 2 dragons in the lead. And they have really started off the objective game a lot quicker than we saw last game. And this could go well for them now just because of the global gold they've been able to stack up.
Well, actually, CrusaderKitten, I feel like getting early turrets and kills actually sets your team behind. Probably going to lose now. I mean...
Oh, no. Oh, yeah. Wow, what a
struggle.
Mistake. How could they do that? Why would they want gold at all?
I know, when you get that goal early, and this is actually something that, you know, even though we're just joking around having fun, there's actually something to talk about here, because with, I've seen so many pro team, and granted, you know, they're pro, nice snipe there on the big goal there by Vayne, so a little bit of a moral victory. When you win your game early, when you play an early game team composition, there's so many anti-snowball tools in the game right now that actually isn't necessarily a good thing, because it just gives your opponents the chance to come back,
blown up. And destroyed.
God.
Wow, that was very fast.
Yeah, barely. There's no love for bears here. It's like Volibear's like, all right, there's one, and it's me. Mr. Tibbers, no love there. Goes down.
Not allowed. It would be the bottom in the tower falling here. Jackson High School able to pick it up. Coming out strong in this game. Very strong. And able to pick up so many tires. Already, and as you're saying, they definitely do not want to get to this late game phase against Irvington High School, because Irvington High School does have a superior game. As Battle of the Titans on top. Yeah,
like, Asian SG Potato can just straight up win that.
Race is in here though, possibly can't win the 2v1. Amblitz a 2v2 as Latex comes in here. KT Ducky rethinks his life, flashes Alex. Once the cast comes in, he's knocked back, but he's still alive.
Oh my god!
He is able to live through it all. Monkey DX though, as some you say, chasing after Undertow lands, a shield coming off from Ryolu, shut down finally by Monkey DX. Now Lucklight coming in here with the stun. Ryolu and Shorter Ace are trying to disengage out for this one, or possibly not. Should Ismailo find Lots X going over the wall with the barrel roll? A body slam. With the body slam over the wall. Is able to escape. However,
on the hunt, going down. We're gonna see, SG Potato.
SG Potato, he's going down for this one. He doesn't have any of his tanky stuff up. Which would be the Fury of the Sands ultimate. And Ryolu picks up the kill, so 1-for-1 trade, I believe.
Yeah, that's what it winds up being in the end, but a lot of more global gold going off there to Jackson, just because, hey, they had multiple people there for the assist gold, and with so much wave clear, it's going to be really rough here for Monkey DX and Arceus to deal with this push. I mean, they probably will still be able to keep their turret alive just because it is such high health, but at the same time, team fights being won across the map, and now a lot of pressure put on by Jackson.
Yeah, so we'll be seeing this 4-man push up top, and we are seeing KT Ducky in the bottom lane. Actually, teleport coming in from behind here. Asian SG Potato coming out, looking for something. There's a shockwave lands onto Arcus. Luck as well. He goes down to shorter race.
Oh, Riolu.
The shorter race is going in, and Riolu is able to live for a little longer. Goes down finally.
Oh my god.
Shorter race is low going down. He's going to be able to live. A double kill for him. Suckfish, though, is unable to survive and goes down. KT Ducky, though, coming over the side. He's trying to 1v3. He's getting bursted down. The Silver Bolts from Vayne. The kiting from Vayne as well. Arcus.
Oh my god.
And Lots X is able to get the finishing kill. 4 members of Jackson High School go down there. Irvington High School finding the team fight victory there. Engaging on that 4v5 with the teleport. Ended up coming in. It's a nice team fight for themselves.
Yeah, we need to talk about maybe some name changes right here. You can change it to Asian SG Shakespeare because he's making the plays with those teleports. And then along with Arceus VD, might need to change it up to just Arceus V and maybe get the D a little bit later on because he's already given it to Jackson there in that last team fight. KT Ducky right now, I overextended just a little bit. He's got nothing but tank stats and a little bit less damage than I would have expected in that team fight. Sure, there's a big tank line. You just need the damage there to follow up. And when your tank line's not doing a good job peeling against a teleporting Nasus right in the middle of your team, the damage there much higher for, for Irvington. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, so shorter race. Gonna be holding up on this middle lane. 9-15 right now in favor of Jackson High School, but current trend with these two teams is that it's been anyone's game, and after that team fight, it was very nice there for Irvington High School to get them some gold in their pockets. However, Jackson High School, they don't want to give them too much of a gap here, and they're gonna be putting a lot of pressure on this middle inner tower here as they go for this 5-man push, get displaced by the explosive cask, although they're gonna be knocked back.
All right, so at least for the time being, I think the tide of blood has been stemmed. And no, there's no Vladimir. It's just the idea that early game kind of got smashed open. 6-0 Shyvana, man. Shorter Ace just owning this game as only Shyvana can. Monkey DX is in a rough spot right now. That guy needs to get some tankiness. Most importantly, like a Spirit Visage or Banshee's Veil, because Oriana is just chunking him down to half hit points before the fight even starts. And especially with Shyvana dealing a lot of magic damage, you got to get some of those stats in there. Has a lot of just overall tankiness, but is going to have nothing but armor, so we'll have to watch out for Riolu.
Yeah, definitely here. As once again, they're going to keep this pressure onto this middle lane tower. 6-0-4 Shorter Ace is actually very scary for his team. And of course, right now in this team fight, they'll probably find some nice strength is actually on the hunt used there. KT Ducky. Oh, there's the shockwave coming in. Asian SG Potato is the only one caught out by it. Solarflare coming down as well. As kills coming out, Arcus able to find a kill for himself. He's coming for the re-engage, get the double kill. Looking for 3, he's able to get it now, going for DT Blowfish. That is huge.
Oh my!
Coming up at a quadra kill for Arcus VD. As all 5 members of Jackson High School are destroyed right there. And taking out Irvington High School, only losing 2 in the fight and now pushing on to the middle tower.
How to dive, a lesson by Jackson High School. They just forgot the V, so it just turned into how to die, and diving a little bit too fast. Oh, Lot SX gets out alive, safe and sound, but at the same time, like, first of all, two things happen there. A, you're diving a turret when a Vayne is not in the fight. And whenever you're trying to dive a turret, you immediately have to kill high damage threats. They let Lot SX's Gragas get off a huge explosive cast that actually killed Suckfish at the very end. They started the fight before they even had a damaged target to go for in Arcus VD. And you notice that Quadra kill coming out, just sat in the back full DPS because they had already spent most of their engage diving through the turret and didn't have any more left to get in onto Vayne, and just DPS through the full team fight. And that's that turnaround potential that you get from having that big late game carry on your team.
So it looks like Dragon attempted right here by Irvington High School. It's going to be the first Dragon of the game for themselves here. There, after those few team fight wins, it looks like they want to go for another. We're about to see that Shockwave comes up. Asian Ashy Potato locked to bite again, as well as the Solar Flare. Drags his head into the backline. Asian Ashy Potato, though, still able to live. He'll finally go down to Suckfish this time. They're diving in for Arcus, though. They can't get to him. He's kiting out. Shorter Ace is still on to him. He finally goes down, gets shut down by Shorter Ace. And now they're actually able to finish it up here. Triple kill coming out for Blowfish. And that's the ace. It comes right back around. It comes right back to Jackson High School winning out the team fight for themselves. And it's anyone's games for these two teams right again now. We'll be seeing Jackson High School find the team fight victory this time, now pushing on to this middle lane.
Cycle of life and death continues.
No, stop. You're not. No, you can't.
I'm just saying, it's pretty, it's apropos, as it were, CrusaderKitten. Now with the Baron coming up here for Jackson High School, we'll have to see if there's anything they can do about that teleport. Not, or actually it is up, but no wards in the area, nowhere to teleport to. They have a nice line of wards just scouting out the potential engage here by Irvington. So Dragon's going to drop, Baron rather, going to drop very, very quickly, and there you go, Shorter Ace. Getting out there with that kill and a Baron buff. It sit pretty well here on Jackson. So that ace dive through the turret, a little bit getting Irvington back in to the game, but then they just give an ace right back up away. So I don't know if that's necessarily worth it.
Yeah, I don't think it's worth it either. They didn't even get the middle tower from it, so. Well done by Jackson High School. No, it's what you always say. It's not about the kills, it's about what you do with those kills. And Jackson High School has been utilizing those kills very well so far in this game. They go back, they buy a bunch of items for themselves. We're seeing it come out to here. Of course, we're seeing Shredder Ace and Casey Ducky going for the huge tank line. Both of them looks like going for Randall and Zomans now. They both already have Sunfire Capes and Spirit Visages. Is that the plural? Visages?
Visages.
Visages?
Or, it is actually Visages, but I don't know.
Visages sounds fancier.
I know. I like to pronounce things as French as possible because I suck at pronouncing that. It just makes it funny. So either way, it's nice to see tons of tank stats coming out. You've got, well, you're looking for probably 3 or probably 2 Spirit Visages on each team. But definitely the tank stat advantage going to Shorter Ace and KT Ducky. They've just gotten huge over the early phase of this game, and even with the Randuin's about to come out there by KT Ducky, no one is going to kill Volibear, that's for sure. If anybody is going to, it's going to be Arcus VD, and really this game kind of rests on his shoulders. Like, I hope he's been doing his lifts, he's been, you know, exercising his back muscles, because he's going to be the biggest backpack NA to carry Irvington High School.
Yeah, and Ryulu, he's looking to kill off the tank here, and he picks it up. Huge damage coming out of that Orion. There is the Raven's Death Cap and Void Staff helping him out there. Use all of his abilities there. Use a Shockwave, use the Ignite as well to help pick up the kill. And this will be great for them. Taking out the main tank line for Irvington High School will allow them to just tank up this bottom lane tower. And now they're looking for this inhibitor. Jackson High School pick up a very nice objective there, 28 minutes in.
Yeah, while both AP mids have the same itemization, the big difference is, of course, that Void Staff, which really just destroyed Nasus. And so he's going to need even more magic resistance, and going for more magic resistance means that he's not going to be able to finish that Trinity Force that you can see he wants to build with that Amplifying Tome. But it also means that he's not going to be able to build extra armor. And extra armor is really going to keep DT Blowfish from ever being a threat to Arcus. But right now, one axe landing, a couple more coming out there. Riolu, oh my goodness, this is not going to go well. Monkey DX there could go down. There's the anti-stun going in.
Yeah, now Arcus though gets locked up by the Soul Flame. There's no follow-up, and Suckfish will be going down. Ryulu goes out to Lot X as well. Shorter Ace wants to run away from that one. So a nice engage coming out there by the side of Irvington to pick up 2 kills for themselves.
If you can ever put yourself in a situation where your tank line is zoning for Vayne, you're just going to win so many team fights. Now, to be honest, Vayne actually needs another damage item instead of another defensive item just because you have to kill those tanks fast enough. Kiki, Ducky, and Shorter Ace are starting to get to that level, especially with Randuin's Omens about to be completed, that you are going to need a little bit something extra. And it looks like Pickaxe going for Infinity Edge could be the right buy.
Yep, so Dragon just spawning in the mid. I think Baron Buff is probably dying out very soon here, so probably won't be seeing that impacting the next fight coming out of Jackson High School. And this game can definitely turn around from what we've seen in the past here. And then the large rod though on Ryolu, so going for probably the Zanyas now. And I probably want to get some defense into that very damagey Orianna build that he's gone for so far. So it looks like Jackson High School, they're prepping for another push, this time over onto the middle lane. And the inhibitor, of course, is still down for Irvington High School, so they're really looking to apply the most pressure that they can within the like the 5 minutes or so that it's down.
Yeah, and it's actually kind of interesting to watch, the way that these teams go into this. Like, going into this game, it was already kind of a West Coast battle, as I think it's SoCal versus Washington, if I'm not mistaken. All right, so coming into this, I was like, all right, Californian esports are kind of ahead of, like, not necessarily the rest of the United States, but they definitely have some powerhouses there. So I was looking towards Jackson to maybe have a little bit of a rough time. Man, they smashed this early game, but now coming late. Once again, it's to that 31-minute mark, and this is where so many things start to work out really, really well here for Irvington. So I'll have to see if Nasus being huge, having that Sheen build, that is going to be a lot of extra damage. You're just going to have to tank through Riolu, who's just way too strong right now.
Yeah, so looks like they want to go once again for this middle lane push, which they can do very well. Of course, they have to be a little bit careful. Wave play from Lotsex is pretty strong, as well as what is it? Nasus's Asian SG Potato Spirit Fire. They might just go for this top lane tower. It's the last tower outside of the base up right now for Irvington High School. So they can probably go for it pretty quickly, especially just because they could either just tank it or they can really brute force it down because they have 2 very tanky members of the team at full health right now, but they just go for this middle lane.
Yeah, and pushing middle probably isn't the greatest idea. You should go for top lane or just wait for Baron respawn. That's in about a minute. Honestly, yeah, the Baron would be the right call right now. Just backing off and establishing ward control because they actually don't have ward control. Ward's in the area going in favor of Jackson or of Irvington. So staying around here, they are just going to wait until Baron does respawn. And I think they do have timers on that. But bottom inhibitor is going to come back up, and that means that there's a little bit of extra pressure off of Irvington.
Yep, so bottom inhibitor is going to get poked down. Shuri's is actually right on the side of them right here, and they're looking for the engage. Luck, it gets blown up. However, the same goes for Blowfish. Ryulu getting chased after by Asian SG Potato, but he's able to pick up the kill onto him. Market DX as well getting low. There's Arcus still alive. He gets flipped back by KT Ducky, who finds a kill onto Monkey. In the meantime, double kill for KT Ducky as re-engage attempt by Lot X there. And with this, 4 members of Jackson High School still alive. They're going for this.
Oh my God.
It's blown up there by Ryolu. And I don't think he wants to re-engage after that. And this is looking like the victory for Jackson High School. This is going to go to a game 3 as they find the ace. And this will be going to a game 3 here in the semifinals of the High School Star League Winter Championship, with Jackson High School picking up the second game.
Not just an ace, but a shorter ace, I might add. 7-1-13. Holy crap, that guy pulled his weight that game. But you also got to look towards that mid lane. Like, towards the end of the game, Riolu building just straight up damage. Not often the way you see a lot of Oriannas go. Usually you'll see a defensive item after this effect of Deathcap Void Staff with an Athene's Unholy Grail, but just building another BF wand. It's a needlessly large rod there. Really helped him deal the damage that helped zone, chunk out Vayne, and then zone her from the fight. And the tank line was huge. It's just everything really working together, and that will be Jackson High School picking up a 33-minute victory over Irvington.
Yep, so guys, after this, can go to a bit of a quick break before we get into this next best of three. Before we go, I'd like to give a shout out to our sponsors, Twitch, Jinx, Battlefy, Riot, and Gunners, helping prizing the event and just supporting the event overall. The event being the High School Star League and the first season that we've been doing so far. And guys, we also have the spring semester coming up. So if you're in high school, if you're not in this yet, you want to sign up, you want to have some fun with your friends in a high school League of Legends competitive league, you can go ahead and sign up. Registration is open. I'm going to throw down the Reddit thread for it in the chat. So guys, check it out. Obviously, if you're a high schooler. And just keep watching, because guys, we'll be right back to you with the second game. Going to play a very quick commercial. And guys, thank you for watching. We'll be right back.